Hello and good evening, late afternoon. It's I, Robbie Williams, here at the Radio Theatre in the heartland of all things radio in London. We're going out live on YouTube and, of course, Radio 2's own very website. Now I'm going to flash to camera one. Hey. So it's lovely that you're here with me today, pre-gig. A lot of you have sent in questions to ask me stuff, and I know all the answers to all of these questions, I hope. I haven't pre-read these, so they're a surprise to me. Each question that comes up, I'll have to be using my noggin to figure out the answer. Question number one. This is from EmmaOohLaLa. That's her Twitter name. And her real name, apparently, is House of Emma. At Robbie Williams, says I. What do you think has been your proudest moment in music? Well, there's been so many, you know. Nebworth was absolutely amazing. There's no words to describe what it looks like coming in upside down and the curtain opening and there being 135,000 people in front of you going mental. That happened to me. It's bizarre and wonderful and magical. So that was definitely one. The fact that I could cobble together the ability to write songs in the first place was pretty amazing. And it's become one of my big addictions, you know, to keep writing and keep writing and keep writing and keep writing and try to come up with a perfect pop song. I think my proudest moment in music has been the fact that I've sold 61 or 62 million albums. That feels amazing. In my house in Los Angeles, there's nothing at all that says what I do for a living. There's no pictures of me up. There's no plaques on the wall. Nothing anywhere other than one that's on the floor in the living room that says 60 million albums sold. And I'm pretty proud of that one. It's absolutely amazing. So Emma, Nebworth, and you know, look, Candy is #1 this year, #1 album, man. I'm nearly 40. I've been in this 20 years. So that's pretty amazing. And the tickets went on sale for the stadium tour and they're doing absolutely brilliantly. So, you know, it's one proud moment to the next, to the next, to the next. Thank you for your question. Next one. CLF, was that, did I take too long on that one?
That was great.
Is this the length of time that people are expecting from me? Nailing it. Okay, do you hear that? Nailing it. Live on the interweb. CLF7EY, or brackets Claire Forrester, asks, at Robbie Williams, me, what is top of your list to Santa this year? Well, at the moment, Claire Forrester, or CLF7EY, top of the list has got to be guilt-free FIFA playing. I'm currently addicted to the computer game FIFA 13, and it's really eating into my relationship with my wife. Now, she's really good, you know, she can go with many things that I get addicted to, but this addiction is completely full on right now. FIFA 13. So at the top of my wish list, I couldn't ask for anything more than I've got this year. I've got my baby, #1 album, #1 single. I couldn't ask for anything materialistic. I will ask for guilt-free FIFA 13 playing time and a white chocolate Terry's orange with the tangy bits inside. Thank you for the question. Monica Parry, Monica_Parry, or her real name is Monica Parry. At Robbie Williams, if you found Aladdin's magic lamp and could make 3 wishes, what would they be? Well, the first wish that instantly comes to mind is my daughter Theodora's health. I would wish for her health. And then the second wish would be guilt-free FIFA playing time. As long as Theodora's got health, that would be sweet. there's no, all my wishes have come true. You know, everything that I've ever wanted for and more has been gifted to me. I'm an incredibly lucky guy. I could say the trite, trivial, not trivial, but trite, everybody says it, world peace. I'll go for that, world peace. And Port Vale in the Premiership. Okay. Angelus _ 1981. Or real name, Dahlia A. Dot. Ange and Bird want to know what has been his professional highlight of 2012. Well, hello, Ange. Hello, Northern Bird. Lovely to address you through the medium of a live web chat. Normally, we talk on RW Poker, but I haven't been there for a while. I shall be there over Christmas if I can get away from FIFA 13. It's a problem. Rob, what has been your professional highlight of 2012? I think my professional highlight has been Candy, the single, being such a big hit. I've been on YouTube, as I do. It's got 21 million hits. Nothing else of mine's got 21 million hits. Nothing's got half of that. My Shame, with me and Gary Barlow in it, I had to go gay to get that many hits. I got half as many hits with Gary Barlow and Shame. Not even Rock DJ, not even close. Let Me Entertain You, not even close. Angels, not even close. Candy, 21 million hits on YouTube. I'm really proud of that. And also, I think I mentioned before, I'll probably mention it again, the tickets went on sale for the stadium tour, and they've you know, they're doing really well. They're almost all gone. And, you know, that just adds to the best year of my life so far. So the highlight has been those things. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year to you, Ange and Bird. And if I'm on RW Poker, I'm sure we will be having a chat. Lots of love. Leaselou, Leanne Farnell. Question for Robbie. Question for Robbie later. Later? Should we get to that later? Or is this later?
It's from this morning.
Oh, right, okay, but it's arrived now.
It's later now.
Okay. Would he ever consider doing a Christmas album? You bet. I used to hate Christmas, but my wife, Ida, has instilled me with Christmas spirit. It used to be a time of year that I didn't care too much for, but she loves it like a child. And because of that, I now love it. It's a very, very special time of the year. And because of that, yes, I'm willing to do a Christmas album. And I will do one at some point. Michael Bublé released a Christmas album last year that did absolutely brilliant. Then he releases the same album again this year with 4 new tracks. I think it's #2 in the charts or something. That's amazing. I want a bit of that action. I'm going to steal a bit of Bublé's pie. Bublé, you listening? Thank you for the question. Leanne Farnell, Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. Next question. nanirobbie, Sandra Ruiz. Your Twitter name is nanirobbie. Interesting. Sandra Ruiz. At Robbie Williams. Do you feel better on stage singing solo or with Take That? Well, it's very different. Very, very different indeed. I like both of those things. Take That's a different discipline completely. You know, the sort of the responsibility in the limelight, if you like, is sort of diluted between 5 guys, and it's less. You know, when I'm doing the solo stuff, excuse my language, it's normally kick, bollock, scramble. What am I going to do next? Where am I? Did I do that correctly? Oh, God, this is all going to fall apart. Oh, my Lord, oh, my Lord. Oh, no, I've kept it together. Brilliant. And tomorrow night's show. But that has its rewards, too, in many, many ways. You know, is that I hate to use the word ego, but it is a huge ego stroke. You know, it's like, I am the show, and I've just done it, and I've just pulled it off. It feels amazing. Being with the boys is it's like a gentle walk through the park, you know. But the whole audience is coming through a walk through the park with you too. Which one do I prefer? Well, I've got to pick the me one, I think. But coming a very close second by a hair's width would be performing with the boys. I wouldn't like to choose between the two. I'd like to be able to do both for the rest of my life, please. Sandra Ruiz, that's your question answered, I do believe. On to the next question. Scorpio 421148. That's Samantha Hammond in real life. At Robbie Williams. Robbie, who is your musical idol? Well, I've always loved Queen. I've always loved Elvis. I've always loved Frank. I'm a massive fan of Dean Martin. I think he's the most charismatic man that's ever lived. But I've been seeing some documentaries just recently about Freddie Mercury, and I get completely and utterly overwhelmed with his voice, his talent, his mind, and his songs every time I see him. And every time I see a documentary or every time I see a bit of footage of him, I'm convinced I'm going to get a Freddie Mercury tattoo that I still might do. So I think it's Freddie, John Lennon, of course. But I'm also empowered by Chuck D from Public Enemy, and I think that Eminem's absolutely amazing too. And Jay-Z's got the most swagger, and Kanye West is absolutely unbelievable. He's on fire too. So they're all legends in the making. I think that answers your question. Thank you, Scorpio. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. kathrynmoir, or katmoir, at Robbie Williams, at BBC Two. How has having a new family affected your career? Do you still want to sing as much as you did? Well, it's all new stuff. Thanks for the question, by the way. It's all new stuff. Teddy is almost 3 months old now. And we're still figuring out how to do this parent thing, which I'm sure we will be doing for the rest of our lives. But the direct impact that it's had on my career and why I want to do it and what I want to do and how many times I want to do it, I don't know yet. I know that I've got a plan for the next 3 years, and it involves a lot of work. When I say work, fun, there's a lot of fun to be had too. You know, I've got a couple of albums in the pipeline for the future, so it's definitely not stopped me. I would really like to be a dad, though. Maybe after those 3 years, I might take a view and go, okay, she knows who I am now, I better stop and be around. But the fortunate thing is about us is she can come wherever we go. Up until she has to settle down and go to school, of course. So the proper answer is, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you for the question. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Can we carry on with this? I'm really enjoying it. Is that all right? Wittering on to myself and my friends over the interweb. Like I said before, this is Robbie Williams, live at the Radio Theatre in the heartland of the theatre of the radio world in London. I'm doing a gig later on. For Radio 2. It's going out live on YouTube too, which you will know if you want either one of those things. If you're not, at Robbie Williams, this is from Imallicia. Imallicia? Imallicia. I'm a Malicia. Describe yourself in one word. Describe yourself in one word. Describe yourself in one word.
Amazing.
Amazing. Okay, describe yourself in one word.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you can't take a view and just, that's too easy. Chris, describe yourself in one word.
Taciturn.
Taciturn. What does that mean?
A bit quiet and moody.
Oh, right, okay. Taciturn. Yeah, that is you. Okay. You're fantastic, you're amazing, you're taciturn, and I am a contradiction. Would that be about right? I'm a contradiction. And you would describe yourself in one word as imallicia. Thank you for your question. Happy New Year, Happy Christmas. Kahunadanny, Daniela. Kahunadanny. Kahunadanny? I don't know. Daniela at Robbie Williams. Okay, Robbie, what would you reply if Theodora, age 16, says to you, Dad, I have joined a girl band? I'd say, can I meet them? Dad, I've joined a girl band. Well, it would depend on a lot of things, really. If she would be happy joining a girl band, then I would be happy for her. And she had the talent for it and the inclination, that's what she wanted to do, then, yeah, I don't see why not. I would have to meet their management. I'd have to meet their record company. And I would screw them to the floor if they did anything to upset my flower. They have to understand this. Same goes for any boy suitors that turn up. You have to understand, you have to come and speak to Dad about that. What time are you going to be in later on? Oh, that's nice, etc. So if she wanted to be in a girl band, that would be all right by me, as long as she was happy in it and she had the talent for it. Thank you for your question. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. Okay, Johnny underscore G2012. Johnny Gallagher says, Robbie, if he had to pick one of his songs which defined him as an artist, which would it be? I would say Come Undone. But mind you, there's been so many variations on a theme and so many musical cul-de-sacs that I've been down. But Come Undone probably is the one that I'd go, yeah, that's who I want to be. That's who I am. Yeah, Come Undone. Thanks for the question, Johnny. God bless. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. Luacen. True or false, the flood uses a sample from Ultravox's Vienna. No, that's false. We use a sample from Ultravox's Vienna in a song called 8 Letters, which is also on the same album. And we also share publishing with the 5 members of Ultravox. God bless them for saying yes. Thank you for your question. Question 14, rebeccajhurst, or rebeccajhurst as she's known in brackets, at Robbie Williams, which is me. If you could duet with anyone dead or alive, who would it be and why? Well, I'd love to duet with John Lennon. That would be completely amazing. And Freddie Mercury, obviously. And I don't know why, but I've always wanted to duet with Dolly Parton. It's been my thing that I've wanted to do, and I might just do it this year if she says yes. Over to you, Dolly Parton. This is a plea from Robbie Williams live in Radio Theatre, London, asking you, will you duet with me on something, please? I think you're amazing. God bless. Thank you for your question. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. Question 15. At Robbie Williams, your last album is amazing. Cheers. What has been your biggest inspiration? Kiss from Italy. Biggest inspiration? Failure, I suppose. Failure and hatred has been a huge motivator. And I'm not kidding. Biggest inspiration? Yeah, just failure has been my biggest inspiration. Thank you for your question. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. CandyyyBritt. That's CandyyyBritt. Candy spelt with 3 Y's. Why? And her real name is RW Live 130713. That must have been weird every morning when you were doing register at school. Gary here, RW Live 130713, miss. What do you think of Gary at the X Factor? I think he's done a sterling job. He is the most suited out of the both of us for sitting in that chair and giving his opinion, because he's definitely got a definite opinion, and it is very valid. He's a very, very technical man. He's incredibly professional. He's more professional than I. And I'd be a bit wishy-washy on that show, to be honest with you, if I was sat in that chair. So I think he's done a really good job. I personally would like to see Simon Cowell and Gary Barlow on the same judges panel. Now that would be a ratings bonanza, because they're both captains, and they're both acerbic and witty, and I would like to see that, because I think Gary had given him a run for his money, So 2 thumbs up for Gary's performance on the X Factor. Thank you very much for your question. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. Question 17 of 18. This is the penultimate question. We're running out of questions. Said before, we're live on YouTube and Radio 2's website from Radio Theatre in the heartland of radio in London. What street are we on?
Regent Street?
Regent Street.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah,
Are we?
on the corner of
I've only been in through the back. I've come through the back. I've never been out the front. Is the front Regent Street?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're on Regent Street in London. How amazing. The capital. Sammy B38, brackets, Sam Buckton. Good, strong Anglo-Saxon name. Robbie, what are the 5 things you can't live without? Ooh, so wife, baby. They're the best things. And then at the minute, I can't live without sugar. I've taken the brakes off the diet. I did the O2 shows. I was building up to do the O2 shows. It was training. And then I was like, right, I'm going to stop training now and eat. It's a bit of a problem, but it is the festive period. And this is my last 2 days at work. So hopefully in January, I'll go on some starvation diet of some sort and be in Popstar Peak again in February, I hope. Who knows? Best laid plans have gone awry a few times with me, as you well know. Sam Buckton, what are the 5 things you can't live without? Unfortunately, sugar is one of them. FIFA 13, as I've mentioned. I can't live without sleep. I love my sleep. And there's a few illegal things I'd like to mention, but I can't. So legally, I'll just say my wife, my baby Theo, and sugar, chocolate, crisps. I've got a penchant for prawn cocktail crisps right now. What's your favourite crisp?
beef.
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 I've never heard anybody say beef before. It's always like plain cheese and onion or salt and vinegar. David Enthoven, my long-suffering manager, what's your favourite crisp?
Don't eat crisps.
Just make one up.
All right, salt and vinegar.
Salt and pepper. You nearly said that, didn't you? What's your favourite crisp?
Beef hula hoops.
Beef. There's 2 beefs in one room.
They're cracking.
Never before has 2 beefs been in one room. Chris. Potato. Potato crisps. Good vote over there. Salt and vinegar. Well, I think I used to say it was prawn cocktail, but I've OD'd on prawn cocktail. I'm going back to salt and vinegar. It's happened. These are the sort of things that we're talking about live on the internet. Thank you, Sam, for your question. And here, drum roll, please. Anybody with a drum roll? Here's the last question from sabinamokdad. That's a real name, too. That's not like Sabina, who's taking the piss out of her father. That's a real name. Her second name is Mokdad. Sabinamokdad. Hi, Robbie. How do you prepare yourself before you go on stage? Well, thank you for the final question in this intriguing interlude to my day. Sabinamokdad. I used to do nothing. I used to just stroll up there and the first 3 songs would be my vocal warm-up. And then I went on tour with Take That last year. And Gary Barlow is fastidiously professional. Like I said before, he's a technical man. And he looks after his voice. And it is definitely his instrument other than the piano. And he introduced the wonderful world of warm-up tapes. I keep calling them tapes, but they're obviously not tapes anymore. What would they be? Warm-up
MP3s.
MP3s, yeah, warm-up MP3s. So every night before a show, you would find me and Gary Barlow listening to a lady go, ding, I am learning how to sing, ding, that is why I'm practicing, ding, someday I will be the best, ding, even I will be impressed, etc., etc. And then there's lots of ooh-wee, ooh-wees. But Dinosh, that's her real name, who is now a backing singer in the band, comes from Canada, and she has a very interesting technique to warm up a voice, and it is thus. She goes... and I've started to get into that. And it not only does it warm up the voice, it's quite fun. I mean, you look ridiculous, but people know me in the dressing room. They know I'm ridiculous anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, for this gig tonight, for Radio 2, I'm not going to warm up. Today, I consider it to be the last day of school before we break up. Because this is the last bit of work I've got to do, the last bit of British work that I've got to do. I go to Germany tomorrow for the day, and then I go to Los Angeles, and I'm on holiday. So today, I'm not going to warm up. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to have a shower, because I normally have a shower. I used to have a coffee just before going on stage, but it's not the best for... You get a bit meatloaf with the sweaty. So I'm not going to do that. In fact, no, I think I might have a coffee tonight. I'll be up all night after it with adrenaline and caffeine. But, you know, that's as rock and roll as I get these days. It used to be cocaine and vodka. And now it's but coffee and, what are those things that I'm enjoying?
Sugar.
Yeah, the Maltesers, not the Maltesers, the minstrels. But minstrels, what are the other ones without, minstrels without the clothes on, what are they called? Counters. So, yeah, tonight, I think there's going to be a caffeine and a sugar rush of some sort going on at the Williams household, and FIFA 13 being played blissfully while my wife and infant teddy bearer are asleep. Sabinamokdad. Don't laugh at a name. That's really not nice. Thank you very much for the last question on this high steadfod, whatever we're doing. Been very thoughtful, all your questions. I thank you for putting them to me. Let's do this again sometime. Let's not leave it so long next time, though, eh? Love you all. Happy Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is Robbie Williams live from Radio Theatre on Regent Street, signing out.